Hello everyone and welcome back to your piano lesson. If you are here for the first time, I am Gianluca Fronda, your virtual piano teacher. If you want to discover interesting facts about me, you can watch the introduction video of this channel. I'm leaving the link in the description of this video, where you will find also the link for my artistic channel, Gianluca Fronda, pianist and composer, if you're interested in original music and covers. Talking about this channel, don't forget to subscribe and let me know about yourself by commenting. Tell me when you have started, if you're finding my channel interesting and you're improving your skills also thanks to my videos. And don't forget also to share with your friends if there is anybody interested in piano music, anybody that you know. So now time to go to our lesson. Today is finally time for me to talk about the Andante by Joseph Haydn, the B2 piece on page 8 of the grade 3 piano exam pieces ABRSM from the 2021 and 2022 syllabus. This Andante is taken from the Trumpet Concerto in E flat. One thing that I notice quite often when my students, some of my students, started studying this piece is that after a few lessons they start playing it a little bit too fast. Please be advised, Andante is one of the slow tempos. Before talking about the piece in general and the technical problems, I have to spend, I think, a little bit of time today talking about the time signature. Because I've noticed that for many students, even though you have passed through grade 1 and grade 2, many students have no idea of how the 6/8 should be considered and how you should count. Let's start understanding that the 6/8 is the compound time signature derived from the 2/4. I want to explain you in practice using a simple A4. Try to follow me carefully now. Let's write in this way. So I was mentioning 2/4. The 6/8 is coming straight from the 2/4. To get the compound time signature, you have to always multiply the regular time signature, like 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, the binary, let's say, by 3/2. And indeed, the result is exactly 6/8, because you simply limit yourself. You don't have to simplify, so 2 and 2 and then get 1, and the result is 3/4. You have to always multiply 2 by 3 and 4 by 2. And this is the first step. Then, what is important now to understand that if in the 2/4 you had 2 counts and each of them was 1 crotchet or 1 quarter note, this is the 2/4. In the 6/8, you have to simply consider the 6/8 like made of 2 counts again, where each of them is made of 1 dotted crotchet or 1 dotted quarter note, depending if you're calling it in the American or in the British way. But now don't be scared, because in this specific case, we don't need to consider this big block. Let's maybe move to easier bar with less information. You don't need to simply consider this piece made of 2 big counts. The counts in this Andante don't have to be considered using the big value of the dotted crotchet or dotted quarter note. We can definitely refer to the fact that anyways we have 6 quavers. Indeed, let's analyze again my piece of paper. Here in the 2/4 you can consider each crotchet like made of 2 quavers, isn't it? And these are the half counts. In this case, each big count is made of 3, potentially 3 quavers. Obviously the subdivisions can be also different. Indeed, we will talk about it in practice. But indeed, you see, in 1 dotted crotchet or dotted quarter note, you have 3 quavers. Each of them, obviously, has 3 quavers. Now, indeed, I am referring to these units. I am referring to the quaver in this case as a unit, as a count. So my count now won't be this, because it would require a very quick, very fast performance. I want to simply count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or twice 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is anyways even too fast for our specific case. In case the 6/8 is very fast, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, where you subdivide with the left hand, for example. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But we will talk about these cases when is needed. Now, in your case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can choose between twice 3 or 4, 5, 6. It's important that you stress the fourth. One accent here and one accent here. In this way we save also the big subdivision of the bar into equal dotted crotchets. Let's talk about now the specific case of this Andante. In this case, I would definitely suggest you, instead of counting simply 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and indeed the third bar is a fantastic example that can help you understanding the 6/8, I'd like to invite you to count at least, almost in all the bars, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, and so to add the end, to mind the half counts, that in this case, don't get confused. In this case the half counts are the semiquavers, because now the count is the quaver. You see which one is the big change? We have 6 counts of 1/8 each. 1/8 is this, is the one that we, to make it simple, call half note, or the quaver. Okay, there are many ways to call these notes, these values. So it's better that you count 1 and 2. Why am I pointing the dot when I say 2? Because if the quaver is, if the F is a dotted quaver in this case, the quaver will take 1 and end. Then the dot will be exactly 2. The G will go on end of 2. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Then mind the crotchet. The crotchet in this case now is the 2 counts note. Is a 2 counts note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Then when you arrive here, you finally face the ones that here are half count notes, the semiquavers. It will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Pay attention here. This C is in the bracket because you will play this one, but consider now the length of this. 1 and 2 and, still holding down the C on the end of 2, you will play the B flat and then 3 and. When it comes to the demi-semiquavers, is a big drama, big problem. Because obviously these ones would be like the semiquavers in the case of the normal time signatures like 2/4, 3/4 or 4/4. 4 of these, they have to fit in one quaver. 4 of these, they have to fit in the count. Our count is indeed the quaver. And how can you make it simple? You can apply the same principle that I've been explaining in the past for the semiquavers, and you can count easily adding. Let's do it this way. The formula will be number, then I leave a bit of space, we place the end, that I write, yeah, like some simple word, and now we can place kind of A. I'm adding plus, because you can choose the best letter of the alphabet that you like. And for me you might do 1A and A, or in this specific case, since you are on the third count, we will do 1 and 2 and 3A and A. 3A and A. Let's now look in practice. Let's check in practice how it will be. I'm playing the whole third bar of the second line with my right hand. It will be 1 and 2 and 3A and A. Again, 1 and 2 and 3A and A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and then so on. Okay? Once we have understood how to play the demi-semi-quavers that are quarters of count, where the count is the quaver. I think we have understood everything. Watch over and over again my explanation regarding the 6/8 and how to consider the quavers, the crotchets, the semiquavers and the demi-semiquavers. Now I think that for me it's time to play it at the official tempo, 96 per quavers. You have noticed that I have changed some fingering. For example, here I give you two options. Don't mind mine. This is mine. If you like it, you can use it. I suggest you to stick to 5 here, yeah? Then in the slow speed performance I will show you with the 5th finger. Then you might have noticed something a little bit weird that I do, I understand. And I'm afraid that is here, where I play the F with the 4th. You don't do it, yeah? Let me check why I did. Yes, I attack it with the 4th, something that you don't have to do at all. Play it with the 3rd. Ignore my 4th, I can do, you might even do, but then I do 4, 5, 2, 3, that's why it's too complicated for you. So don't refer to the fingering of the faster performance. It's only to give you an idea of how the piece should sound at the final speed, or very close to the final speed. Let's say very close to the original speed. Now, just few more things related to the piece. On the left, as you can see, there is a consistent non-legato, we might call. First of all, because at the beginning we have the rest sign in between the bichords. But the right hand is definitely playing legato. So don't split, please, these phrases, because otherwise it's not interesting at all, yeah? The only time where you get a big phrase mark in the left hand is exactly here. So try to be careful. Interesting, this sudden raise of sound, of dynamic, here at the beginning of the second big part. So the dynamics indeed are piano, mezzo piano, so slightly more, down back to the piano. Again you raise a little bit the sound mezzo piano, down, but suddenly up, starting from the pickup note, Tayam, Tayam. It seems that you are taking the energy from the last quave of the bar and you are taking it to the first of the following one. Slightly less here, mezzo forte, and then you lower to mezzo piano. The main theme now that has been always featured using piano, here has been featured using mezzo piano. Diminuendo, a bit of a fade out, and you go up to the end. Repeat several times these passages with the demi-semiquavers, yeah? Now I want to play for you slowly, 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 keeping the metronome on. I will try to play at 50. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... trust me, is not complicated. You have to simply pay lots of attention, you have to simply study the blocks that might give you extra problems several times. These at the end are exactly the same thing. You have to get used now to the different way of counting, of considering the units, because the main problem will be indeed exactly the fact that you have the quaver as a unit, as a count. The crotchet is 2 counts, the semiquaver is the half count, and you are realizing even more how everything is so relative. So, I don't think that there is anything else that should be mentioned. In case I didn't mention something that you consider really important for yourself and you want me to explain, feel free to let me know by commenting, and I will be happy to try to explain as much as I can. Let me know also how everything is going, your improvements, and if it's the first time that you're landing on this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.